dashboard. And we'll see what the next one is. Nmap post port scans. Yeah, so I'm looking at time too. We have a few answered questions today at least. Well, let's just view the path. So we're at network security and we have 4 rooms more in this. And I'm kinda, oh, this is the last Nmap one. That's kinda nice. Because it's been very basic, this. So we'll see what happens after, if it's more very basic stuff. Let's see, today we have I'm just planning my day here. Sorry. So if I start Discord, just going to check when the event starts.
VR Mechatronics says, hello viewers and streamers, how is going?
Oh, welcome in. Let's see. I'm just going to switch to my chat so I can see. Oh, hi, VR Mechatronics. What's up? All good here. We just finished one of the rooms. So I'm thinking, should we continue with the next room or should we start with a box actually? Because these are very basic and I'm kind of falling asleep a bit. I have to say. So I'm just eating a bit too. And also my allergies are annoying.
Today I improved my invention, the VR treadmill.
Okay, tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. So that's actually where I want to read chat. There. And I can also see if I'm like on the side of this darn circle. So I guess we'll just do the last Nmap one so that we are done with it. It's not that I'm not learning anything, it's just that it's not feeling that the last bits were new to me.
I added an electric winch, smile smile.
Okay. You'll have to draw it and send it in, or photograph and send it in Discord, right? Let me just hop back to Discord here. We have the electronics one. You could always maybe put it there, or we can make a new one, or just in chat. Anywhere. I'm just going to check Gar's event quickly. So the event today is Try Hack Me Archangel. Let's see, can I put this in here? No, because you're on the wrong screen. So this is the Gar's event today. And it's kind of late for me, so I have lots of hours. So it's 4.5 hours. I will need to be a bit with my family, but we could just start this. I'm not so very good that I will just finish this one, you know. Yeah, so it's later than usual. It's usually 20:30, now it's 21. And these PMs, and I don't really know them that well. Well, I guess I do. We just don't use them in Sweden. So I don't know why it doesn't translate. As it sets the time, couldn't it change it to 21 instead? This is supposed to be an easy Linux one. I'm thinking like, if it's very easy, I don't want to start too early. And if it's not easy, it's just called easy. It is not easy for me, that is. Then, well, so we can do something else. If it would have been like a medium one, I would have been thinking I could just start, because I will never like finish it anyway. There, I have OBS up again. But anyway, the new stuff that I learned from the last one was about the zombie idol, fragmenting package, spoofing IP and Mac. And then these are just the like normal scans, but not that we use them a lot with the flags. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what's in the next room. Let's read it. Nmap post-port scans. Learn how to leverage Nmap for service and OS detection using Nmap scripting engine NSE and save the results. Well, it's one of these rooms, we know. So we don't need to know on our where we're actually in their list. So nothing to start here. Up to the next one. Start. I mean, the first part is just for people that just ended up in this room and didn't know it was part of this series, right? Service detection. Once Nmap discovers open port, you can probe the available port to detect the running service. Further investigation of the open port is an essential piece of information, as a pen tester can use it to learn if there are any known vulnerabilities of the service. Join Vulnerabilities 101, which I think we might have done. No, I think it's just below this on the list. So it's further down in this general presentation tester one. So learn more about searching for vulnerabilities. Adding SB, which I always use in my scans, to our Nmap command will collect and determine service and version information for the open ports. You can control the intensity version intensity level, where the level ranges between 0 and 9. Okay, I've never used that for the most complete, so we could do version intensity 9. Has light. Version light has intensity of 2. Version all. Okay, I don't know if I'm the only one finding this a bit annoying. Whatever. Let's just go for it. So this is part of basic scanning ports for me. But maybe we should add it like in between here. I'm thinking like so what's it actually called, right? Post-port scan. I think it's a part of it. So we have service detection. What else? OS. Service OS detection. Let's simply call it service OS detection and NSE. Where was it? Nmap scripting engine, I'm thinking, but yeah. So Nmap scripting engine. There's a long header, but it's kind of useful to know when you're looking for something, right? So first we want to add the basic ones. SV. I don't feel I need examples about this, but since my notes are public, I guess I'll add one. And I also need to add an explanation what it is. There. Service detection. Oh my eyes. Let's actually add these here. Was it 0 to 9 or 1 to 9? Yeah, 0 to 9. Let's actually type it out. It's not if we don't have space. And then we have well, I guess it's okay. Nah. Let's add this one here too. Intensity 2. These feel like, why even have them? I guess the all one is more useful. I'm curious also what is the default. Intensity 9. It's important to note that using SV will force Nmap to proceed with TCP three-way handshake and establish the connection. Uses full three-way handshake. and a connection. The connection establishment is necessary because Nmap cannot discover the version without establishing a connection fully and communicating with the listening service. And I was thinking this was kind of like saying the same thing twice. And communicate. Since I'm saying users, communicates with the listening service to get the information, which is kind of obvious, but just we're obvious all the time here. So connection following communicating with the listening service. In other words, stealth scan is not possible with SV. Yeah, we got that. I'm kind of thinking this, cause that's just the same thing. It's just intensity. And now we can use the there. There. So nicer notes. I'll have to try the versional later. Yeah, we can't use this, which is obvious from what we typed in the notes. We don't have to say it right explicitly. The console output below shows a simple Nmap stealth SYN scan with the SV option. Adding the SV option leaves a new column in the output showing the version for each selected detected service. For instance, in the case of TCP port 22 being open instead of 22 TCP open SSH, we obtain this is what I usually see every time I do a scan. Notice the SSH protocol is guessed as the service because TCP port 22 is open. Nmap didn't connect and confirm. However, as we required connecting to the open port to grab the service banner and any version information it can get, such as Nginx 162, hence unlike the service column, the version column is not a guess. Yeah. Giving us version, service, and version info. Well, being explicit. Note that the Nmap options require root privileges, unless you're running Nmap as root, you need to use sudo. Start the VM once you're ready. Yeah, we started it 12 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago. Start the VM, start the target machine, okay. Run Nmap. Okay, let's do it. While testing these, I'm still curious what the default is. If it's 2, that's the same as a light, that will be kind of superfluous to use version light. So I'm assuming that the default is somewhere in the middle, right? Like 4 or something. So I did copy it, right? Yeah. And we have the IP already filled in, so we can just run it. So 111 didn't give us any version, which is kind of interesting, right? So what's detected as 143 is the question. So I'm just pasting it in the reply. Which service did not have a version detected as version light? Yeah, so this one was not actually detected, and maybe it would have been with a normal one. Now, they're not telling us, but let's do it and see if there's a difference. As they said this, I'm kind of assuming a difference. So now we got a response here. So what if we do the all one? Is it dash all? Dash all. So all. So in this case, it were no difference, right? Because all were already detected. So let's continue with OS detection and traceroute. I don't think I've used traceroute. OS detection. Nmap can detect the operating system based on its behavior and any telltale signs in the responses. OS detection can be enabled using O. Uppercase O is in OS. In this example, we run nmap SSO on the attack box. So let's continue adding to the nodes. So O, and this is obvious. I'm not writing operating system, I'm doing OS detection. And the example is this. Well, let's bring the sudo along. Sorry if I'm slow with doing notes on everything, but I think it's very valuable. Yeah, so why did that disappear? That's why I've been hopping around doing that. So their example, we have OS information here at the end. The system we scanned and attempted to detect its OS version running kernel version 3.16, and Nmap was able to make a close guess in this case. So it said 3.13 and it's 3.16, so it's good to know it's not perfect. And in another case, we scanned Fedora Linux system with kernel 5.13.14. However, Nmap detected a Linux 2.6. Okay, the good news is that Nmap detected the OS correctly, and the not so good news is that the kernel version was wrong. Okay. The OS detection is very convenient, but many factors might affect its accuracy. First and foremost, Nmap needs to find at least one open and one closed port on their target to make a reliable guess. Furthermore, the guessed OS fragment might be distorted due to rising use of virtualization in similar devices. So take OS version with a grain of salt. Let's add to notes that it's not always reliable. Not always reliable. We don't have to do more than that. Let's see what I usually run. I'm just going to hop down to the help in my list here. Let's hop you over here too. And see, we have here is the SV and here is the SC. And when I do this, we will get the OS detection automatically. Does it say here? I think it does. You know, always do the OS bit also without me telling it to. So if you scroll up, trace route. If you want Nmap to find the roads between you and the target, just add trace route. In the following example, Nmap appended a trace route to its scan results. Note that Nmap's trace route works slightly different than the trace route command found on Linux and Mac OS, and traceroute found on MS Windows. Standard traceroute starts with a packet of low TTL and keeps increasing it until reaching the target. Nmap traceroutes start with a packet of high TTL and keeps decreasing it. Okay. In the following example, we executed Nmap SS traceroute on the text box. We can see that there are no roads hop between the two as they are connected directly. Yeah, so nothing, it just adds it on there. It's worth mentioning that many routers are configured not to send ICMP type to live exceeded, which will prevent us from discovering their IP addresses. For more information, visit the active reconnaissance room. And we just did this one. It was just before this, the Nmap ones. Answer the questions below. Run Nmap with O against. Yeah. So let's actually do exactly that. And it's using the IP here. So I should already have it copied, right? No, that's the traceroute one, because I didn't make notes on that. So let's make the notes quickly. So hopping over to the notes. There. And there. And let's actually just copy this bit to make sure. Didn't I just do this? Was it so long ago? They want to ask again. So we can see our trace route, and I feel no need to copy the trace route. What OS was detected? With O. Let's do O2, of course. Yeah, that's why I said I already had it copied, because I actually read it. Sorry for hopping all over the place there. So I'm just waiting for the scan. Come on. There. So it didn't find it. So let's redo it. Adjust the O option. I see here the text says Linux. Piece of Linux GNU. I guess that they just want us probably to type Linux, right? I did click enter. Can't I click the submit button? Yes, it was just very slow. Okay. So, slow. Nmap's scripting engine, NEC. A script is a piece of code that does not need to be compiled. In other words, it remains in its original human-readable form and does not need to be converted to machine language. Many programs provide additional functionality. Didn't I click? Yeah, oh, it's just slow again. Provide additional functionality via scripts. Moreover, scripts make possible to add custom functionalities that did not exist in a built-in command. Simply, Nmap provides support for scripts using the Lua language. A part of Nmap scripting engine, NSE, is a Lua interpreter that allows Nmap to execute Nmap scripts written in Lua language. However, we don't need to learn Lua to make use of Nmap scripts. Your Nmap default installation can easily contain close to 600 script. Take a look at your Nmap installation folder on the attack box. It's you notice that there are hundreds of scripts conveniently named, starting with the protocol they target. Like that, then. We'll list all the scripts starting with HTTP on the attack box in the console output below. We found around 130 scripts starting with HTTP. With further future updates, you can only expect the number installed script to increase. So there's lots of things here. You can specify to use any or a group of these scripts. Moreover, you can install other scripts, other user scripts, and use them for your scans. Let's begin with the default scripts. You can choose to run the scripts in the default category using scripts default, or simply adding SC in addition to default. Okay. Categories include auth, broadcast, brute, default, discovery, DOS, exploit, external, fuzzer, intrusive, malware, safe, version, and vol. A brief description is shown in the following table, and I think I used the vol one a bit ago, right? So so this is what I usually run. Yeah, because I get the robust.txt info, right? And the title of default of web pages. Lots of different things. And also the OS. Let's see if it's in the list. SMB OS Discovery, among other things. I'm curious how many OS are there. So OS is part of host name. Let's add a space to it. So this, okay, listen for some specific thing. Okay. NBstat. Net by its name. Server info. Novell. I have not yet seen a box with Novell, and I don't expect to. But it was not that long ago we used it, right? Was it? Nostalgic. And not sad to lose it. I guess that most of what I see in the SVSC scan is the OS is in all the versions of the services, right? It's not specifics, maybe. Or it just runs more than what's in the script thing. So, of course we'll make notes. Oh. I guess it runs the default scripts. I'm actually going to copy it so I don't have to type it. This. And then we have okay. It's thinking we're unaligning stuff. Any of the categories, and I'm going to list them all, and let's actually keep the table in here. I'm copying it, let's paste it, and it failed, so that's not the right kind of table that I wanted. This is the ugly kind. If we do, alright, so that was a problem. It couldn't handle it with the no line above it, and I can't delete it now. So okay, that's okay. That's better, easier to read, right? It takes a bit of space, but we can just minimize it if you don't want to see it. And it's nice to have this information, and it's even more readable than on the web page, right? Default same as C. So some scripts belong to more than one category. Moreover, some scripts launch brute force attacks against services, while others launch DOS attacks and exploit systems. Hence, it's crucial to be careful when selecting scripts to run if you don't want to crash services or exploit them. We use Nmap to run a SYN scan against this IP and execute a default script in a console shown below. The command is sudo nmap sc will ensure that Nmap will execute the default scripts following the SYN scan. There are a few details that appear below. Take a look at SSH service 22. Nmap removed all 4 public keys. Recovered all 4 public keys related to the running server. Consider another example, the HTTP service as port 80 and retrieve the default title. This is what all my Nmap scans look like, so let's add the example here, and we have the details there. You can also specify the script by name using script name, or a pattern such as script ftp star, which would include ftp brute. If you're unsure what a script does, you can open the script file with a text reader such as less or a text editor. In the case of FTP brute, it states performed brute force password audit against FTP servers. You have to be careful, as some scripts are pretty intrusive. Moreover, some scripts might be for a specific server, and if chosen at random, will waste your time with no benefit. As usual, make sure you're authorized to launch such tests on a target server. I'm kind of thinking that I have not been using specific scripts like that on boxes, so maybe I should. Let's consider a benign script, HTTP date, which we guess would retrieve the HTTP server date and time. And this is indeed confirmed by its description. Gets the date from HTTP-like services. Also, it prints how much date differs from local time. We execute HTTP date. So this is our example for the notes too. Let's make the notes before we run it. So we can use script equals, no, not equals, just script. Let's do a script name then. Let's also do the name star. Be careful what's included. There. Right, let's actually go to the VM at once. And let's paste that. And I, of course, replaced my previous copy. So, there. So, here we have the date. 0 seconds from local time. So, finally, you might expand the functionality of Nmap beyond the official Nmap scripts. You can write your script or download Nmap scripts from the internet. Downloading using Nmap scripts from the internet holds a certain level of risk. So this is a good idea not to run a script from an author you don't trust. Or you just read them, right? Knowing that Nmap scripts are saved in user share Nmap scripts on the attack box. What does this check for? Let's look if it's the same location for us. So I can see this is a long listing. So oh, I just read the name. Okay. So they're all called NEC. Checks for dislowed entries in Robust 60. And that's one of the default ones. So the answer seems to be this kind of length. Which is kind of short. Disallowed entries. I would say, like, you know, on the web server is kind of important. Can you figure out the name for the script that checks for remote code execution vulnerability? Okay. MS 15. Oh, let's Google this one, I'm thinking, so we can see what kind of protocol it is and things. Okay, HTTP wall. So I should have been case insensitive because I searched for these this way, which kind of felt the easiest. I trust grep, but I should have been in case insensitive. So we have the name of it here. And before it didn't have the NEC bit at the end, so I'm thinking maybe it hasn't left it there either. No, because it's just saying HTTP robots.txt without the .nec. Just changing how I sit. Sitting too long is not good, right? Also, my bread will go stale if I don't eat it. It's already. Make sure you have, if you haven't already, launched the attack box. And the question before, where to list things. Well, that's why we Googled. So, launch the attack book if you haven't already. After you ensure that you have terminated the VM from task 2. The full script it is. Yeah, so we already run the date one. Let's copy it. Or let's just is this the right IP? Yeah. So what we want now is just a C, right? You will notice that there is a service listening on port 53. What is the full version value? So it wants this. There, just pasting. Based on its description, the script SSH num algos reports a number of algorithms for encryption, compression, etc. that the target SSH2 server offers. What is the name of the key exchange algorithms that relies upon SHA-1 and is supported by? So, since I already run one, we can just I'm just like N. Why are we doing N? Was it in the... Yeah. We have N in here. So that's why. So, I guess we'll just run it. So, I changed the script. Now we're looking for SHA-1. So So just paste it there. Oh, okay. I guess we need to have it too. Saving the output. Whether you run Nmap scan, whenever you run an Nmap scan, it's only reasonable to save the result in a file. Selecting and adopting a good naming convention for your file names is also crucial. The number of files can quickly grow and hinder your ability to find the previous scan results. The three main formats are normal, greppable, and XML. There is a fourth one that we cannot recommend, Script Kiddie. Normal. As the name implies, the normal format is similar to the output you get on the screen when scanning your target. You can save your scan in normal format, but using -on file name N stands for normal. Here is a sample result. And I guess that we will need to have this in the notes too. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, sorry, I just expanded by mistake. Because there were a line between that one. So these are... So I'm thinking, should we just put this like... This is also interesting not only for scanning a network, right? So, I won't put the least important thing at the top, right? I'll put it after where it was, and I assume it will have to have a big header. So, output. And let's like ON file name. There we have the note. And it's a normal format. OG. The greppable format has its name from the command grep. Grep stands for Global Regular Expression Printer. In simple terms, it makes filtering a scan output for specific keywords or terms efficient. You can save the scan result in a greppable format using OG file name. I'm just quickly adding it to the list. OG file name. Greppable format. It takes such time because I misspelled format. There, greppable format. The scan output displayed above is a normal format. It's shown in the console below is greppable format. The normal output is 21 line, however the greppable output is only 4 line. The reason to make it meaningful will complete when the user uses grep. As a result, the grep will output. The lines are so long and not convenient to read. Meaning this is not a good way to me. Example of grep keyword text file. This command will display the lines containing the provided keyword. Let's compare output to grep, normal output, greppable output. We'll notice the former does not provide IP address of the host, instead returned 80, making it very inconvenient if you're sifting through the scan results of multiple systems. However, the latter provides enough information such as host IP in each line. Okay. You can show several lines when you grep too, of course. But I'm more into looking at the main thing and just pasting it. So I'll finish my yogurt. There. So grab HTTP. Okay, machine IP. Grep HTTP machine IP scan. Okay. XML. The third format is XML. You can save the scan results in XML format using the OX file name. OX file name. XML format. I guess I'll do format after the normal one too. There. Script kiddie. The fourth format is script kiddie. You can see that this format is useless if you want to search the output for interesting keywords to keep the result, or keep the format for. However, you can use it to save the output of the scan. Display output file. Look. Who are not tech savvy. Oh my. So it just swaps around. Okay, I'll skip it from my notes actually. Answer the questions below. Terminate the target machine on the previous task and start the target machine for this task. Ooh, again. We didn't think of that. On the attack box terminal, issue the command. SP. Okay. Okay. So, pentester at home pentester 2 here. No, I don't want it here. Where do we put it? I don't really want them at all. But we need them, I guess, so... Well, I guess... Alright. I forgot I have to use a space afterwards. So... Okay, what's the password? THM. It's 7577. Okay. G, Nmap, and Nmap. And they're kind of long, not that we want to read manually. Check that attach Nmap logs. How many systems are listed in the HTTPS port? Okay, so they want us to do the just grep HTTPS, I guess. Okay, so... So if we cat, no, wrong machine, cat, right, and they want us to do it the other way. So let's do it the other way too. Let's grep. Yeah, this is not as good. This is not as good. I have to type the name. If I do this. No. Yeah, so the pattern is first. So that's why. HTTPS. And then we do SC. Yeah, okay. So, same output, much more complex for me. Because I'm not used to it, I guess. So using grep, just without piping cat to it. But I guess grep HTTPS is what I'm actually doing here too. I only supply the name to. So anyway, it's 3. The answer is 3. What is the IP address listening on port? So I guess they want us to try this on the non-greppable one too. Right, so if we would run this on the other one, we would also get 3 results, but we will get no information about it. So we wouldn't know what hosts. So let's look for the 8089 grep 8089 and file name. What is the IP address of the system? So if people had done this, they would have to do this the second time, right? So 172.17.20.147. So in this room we learned how to detect running services and versions along with the host operating system. We learned how to enable traceroute, and we discovered We covered selecting one or more scripts to aid in penetration testing. Finally, we covered the different formats to save the scan result for future reference. The table below summarizes the most important options we covered in this room. SV, O, traceroute, script, SC, A. Alright, so A is not somewhere else in this list, but I guess, yeah, it also does a trace route and the O. So I guess I could actually do A for mine. So I do SCV, SC. But this is not very interesting. It's not like I'm typing it. I'm just typing N and it all pops up usually, right? So let's on this one do I guess it's so hard to type Nmap that I have to go up a million lines. We don't even have the same IP. So it would be kind of to not have to type the IP, right? We would do this. So if we do a CSV, alright, there, and run this. There, and let's compare this output with A. Or let's just add O first. Let's just add O. And there's only 22 open because we're just supposed to download files on this one. So the O also got the OS information here. And let's now do the A one. We also get from this networked instance, right? So if we delete all of these and just do the A. So, time-wise, first, this was 2 seconds, 2.6, and then we have 14, and 14. So no difference with adding the trace route, really. 14, this was even actually slower. So, because it was slower, let's run this one again to make sure it's not just random chance. So this one was 2 seconds last time, 366. So this is much quicker, and we do get some information, you know, about that it's Linux and this OpenSSH version for Debian. So if we only do the O version, only the O. This is what takes the time. It's trying a million ways to find information, right? And it's not pleased. Though we have this. So we even had more information about the OS from the services. Than from the OS scan. So I will not hop over to A. I will continue to use this because this is quick and easy. We're at 252 now. So yeah, but we'll need to add a, of course, to the notes. Oh, so sorry for my nose itching like crazy. I don't know what this is, but let's... This is some kind of old notes. So... Yeah, but this is the same as this one. So what I usually do should probably be first, right? So right, I just realized we didn't add what I was intending to. So let's also add there. And it's not even in the notes on top, I think. PN. Yeah, it is, right. We have it like here, PN. Don't we? No? That's kind of funny. We've had 4 rooms. Is it not PN in here? I'm kind of sure we had it. I just must have missed to note it down. But this is what I usually do. Just not ping it. Oh well. Oh well. And more recently I've just been doing, because this has been so quick, so I have hopped this step and just gone all ports at once. The details are up here. Yeah, and here I did that. Yeah, AP. Okay, with the A. Okay. Slow. This is not mine. Someone said this. Oh my, yeah, VVV, oh my. I think VV is too horrible. Well, let's see. It kind of feels like we're done here, right? This room concludes the Nmap series of 4 rooms. Woohoo! And I added A. Normal, grabbable, XML. Alright, the old one. We'll need to add that one. They also skipped the other one from... We'll need to add the A one. So, all of the above. I don't expect to use that one. I don't expect to use any of them. Well, I guess that if you're like documented everything, right? You might. If copy and paste isn't good enough for you. This room introduced